Hi Libra, welcome to Moonbeam's Messages. This is your August collective read. Now, as this is a collective read, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you are likely to find a message in there. So let's get into this for you. Spirit, can we get cards for Libra for what is going on for August? Beautiful, they're all jumping out. Okie dokie. So, on the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Crikey, that's a lot of twos. We've got 2 for the High Priestess, 2 and 2. If you are seeing signs and synchronicities, it generally means that Spirit has got a message for you to keep you on the, I want to say on the right track, but it's not. It's just on the easier track. So it's worth keeping an eye out for any messages or any signs and synchronicities and looking them up if you come across them. So the High Priestess then, trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. So this is the overall energy for you for August. I feel like you are going to be using your intuition quite a lot, potentially planning things in secret too. And maybe you might be doing a bit of observing as well to make sure, to watch how situations pan out. Now, at the beginning of the month, we have this 10 of autumn. It's beautiful energy for beginning of the month. So take steps to ensure the financial security of your children and other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honouring family traditions. So the 10 of autumn is all about having that abundance, having that, it's like having a home, having that stability, again, family traditions, uh, yeah, and it's very much feeling like you're very comfortable. You feel like you're where you want to be at the beginning of the month. Now, the one thing that generally comes after a 10 is it usually comes to an end. Not necessarily a bad thing, because it could just be that what you want could expand and you start something new. Let's get clarity on this 10 of autumn. I do feel like you've got something new or you're planning something new because we have some twos that are coming after this 10. So it does feel like you might be starting a new cycle. Let's get clarity. What's this 10 of autumn, please, Spirit? There's a lot of cards all at once, but we'll take them. Okay, so we have a 2 of wands, another 2. So very much planning things for your future. You're looking at potentially, you feel like you're in a very successful partnership. You feel like things are very much going to go the right way for you, you know, and it feels like you might have a little bit of a decision to make here, but it's very much a decision you're making with a bit of passion and patience too. We have a 6 of Pentacles, which is suggesting that the somebody here is giving more to a situation. Maybe that's you, maybe that is someone else. It is feel like it's you, potentially being very generous with something. It could be that you are in the job of your dreams as well, and you're feeling very stable, very, very giving, very nurturing with things too. Um, we do have a hanged man though, so it does feel to me like you. Do you know what? I feel like you might be looking at a new job. Maybe you're making plans to move away from a particular job that you're in. The reason why I'm saying that is because this hangman is talking about you still being stuck, being stuck on something, potentially hesitating, not making a decision, looking at something in a one-sided viewpoint, not really considering other options. I do feel like you might have a big decision to make about work potentially. Maybe you're very happy in the work that you're in, but you might not feel like you're getting paid correctly. Maybe what you're giving out is a lot of time and a lot of energy, but it's unfair and you're not actually receiving the money that you should be. But you love the job and you feel like it's very stable. It's what potentially it could be your dream job. It could be something that you've worked hard for a while. I do have a Seven of Pentacles here as well, which is suggesting that you've got a lack of growth. You're feeling impatient. You are ready to move forward. So I do feel like this is more about you having, you've come to, you've gone as far as you can go in something, potentially a job here. You're giving a lot to it. You There's not really any more room for growth in it. Maybe promotions have stopped. I mean, let's face it, in most workplaces now, they're more likely to make people redundant than to make people promoted. And it feels like you've given everything you can and nothing is really moving forward with it. So I feel very much like this could be all about you trying to move into a new job. Maybe, like I say, you've come to an ending with this one. You've gone as far as you possibly can with it. Now, in the challenge, we have a Two of Winter. So indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. So the Two of Winter here, all about making that choice. So very much a part, you've got choices to make here, and I do feel like it's something that you've been considering for a while, especially with that High Priestess. And that's why I'm thinking maybe you're sitting there thinking, let's just see how it goes for a while. But it could just be that you just need to make that choice and, bite the bullet and get it over and done with. Not making a choice is the challenge. This Two of Winter is somebody that doesn't make that choice. They're sitting, waiting for that choice to be made for them. I'll turn that one around. Right, so yeah, the Four of Pentacles here. You need to release something. I know that you might feel like it's stable, um, and it does feel like you have to release it. You don't have any control over what's going on with it. We do have the Judgment here, so it's very much making that final decision. Whatever you decide, whatever you're going to do, it is going to be a move forward, and you're not going to be going back. The Knight of Swords going to, making that action. The Knight of Pentacles, planting your seeds somewhere else. I say planting your seeds, getting that job opportunity, that stability somewhere else, moving towards something new. Even if it's slow, making those steps to make your way into something new there. I do have a Four of Swords here in the reverse, which is suggesting that you need to be very careful because you could face burnout. You could be very much getting really drained. And I feel like that has something to do with this card here in the end, in the outcome. There's a lot of movement here. Now, this could symbolize that you do two things. Now, they could be people, maybe it's a relationship and you've got a Knight of Swords and a Knight of Pentacles, and you could be entertaining two people. You could be entertaining two different jobs, one that is very fast paced and one that is a bit more slow paced but got more stability with it. Um, but yeah, you do need to be careful with yourself. Make sure that you are able to rest because it is very much tiring you out. And it could even be that not making the decision is wearing you out as well. Because let's face it, sometimes if we don't make a decision and we sit in something that's not good for us, we sit in that mindset of, oh, it'll get better, or I don't want to think about it, you wear yourself down as well. So, very much being very mindful of burnout here. This Two of Autumn then bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. So it could very well be that for a while you could be juggling two different jobs. Again, two different people potentially. I feel like this is more work related, I'll be honest. But it does feel like you are going to be juggling something or two things potentially, trying to balance things out. Now, it could very well be that you just are a workaholic, and it could just be that your home life and your work life is not balanced and that you're juggling those around. Maybe the new job that you might be working or walking towards could be completely random hours, and it's just something that you've got to get used to, so you're trying to juggle things around. Now, I've got a Four of Cups here. So, but having a positive outlook, you know what it is that you want, you know what it is that's good for you. You're very much looking forward to the future. You're very excited about it. I feel like this is more potentially you working the two jobs or it might not be working two jobs. Where I said here about you planting seeds and taking steps towards a new job, it could be that you could still be working in the same job, but you might be doing a course, for instance. Maybe you're doing an apprenticeship or a university degree online or something, some sort of qualification. And it's getting you excited because you think, yeah, once I've done that, I'll be able to move into this kind of role. I'll be able to do this kind of job. And that could be literally what you're juggling because you're juggling a lot of time there. I do have an emperor here that I feel like this is a person that's going to be around you, maybe a boss, um, possibly some sort of father figure in your life. And it feels that like they're going to be a little bit immature, a little bit, um, how to put it, very cold, and possibly just really grumpy about the fact that you might be trying to better yourself or move into something else. If it's a boss at work, I don't feel like they're going to be very happy about things. And that could be very much why you are having to juggle. Maybe they want you to work an extra long notice period because they've got to then get somebody new in and they could just be being absolute, you know, pains in the bum. And it could very well be that they might be withholding some finances from you you know, in case you decide to leave a little bit earlier and they might just be causing you some sort of financial issues. This does suggest to me with the Ten of Pentacles, with it being in the reverse, you will be leaving something or you will be losing some sort of stability that you were facing. So whatever it is over here that you've been working hard into, that stability that you clearly overworking on and need to leave, it does feel like you are going to be leaving it or losing it potentially. Maybe somebody decides that, if you're putting work into something else, they might try and force you out potentially. I don't feel like it's that. Now, this could also be a family feud. Maybe you've got a father figure that doesn't particularly like what you're doing and they decide to get grumpy with you. Um, I do feel that it is more just you going through a few financial challenges potentially while you are transitioning between jobs. So let's face it, sometimes, that last pay from one job and the next pay from you, or the first pay from your next job, sometimes there is that tiny delay, isn't there? Or you might not get quite what you want, or something. There's always something that happens, let's face it. There's always something, and it might make you feel a little bit at a loss for a short period of time until that kicks in. I don't feel like it's anything major though. I think it's a financial loss, or I feel like you know that it's going to happen and it's not really bothering you. That's why you're staying positive and happy about the future. You know it's coming because you've chose it to. Right, let's get you an oracle card. Can we get an oracle, please, Spirit? So we have your soul knows and split your focus. So yeah, your soul knows exactly what is good for you. It knows exactly what you need and what you want. And then split your focus. So it does suggest that yes, you may be doing two different things at once, but keep your eye on the ball, but split your focus. You can deal with more than one thing. You're very good at juggling things. So potentially there you can deal with the two things at once, and it does look like you are capable of doing that. We've got the spirit animal, instinct, nature, and personal power. So you're very much in your own personal power while you're deciding this. That Four of Cups is very much you knowing all about what you're doing, and that High Priestess is full of, power and energy there. We've got the Hidden Garden, inner beauty, and hidden talents. We've got the Celestial Gate, opportunities and new horizons. So it's very much all about you taking new opportunities. The Ocean Depths, mystery, the unknown, and deep emotions. So you could feel like moving into a new job could make you a little bit sad, and that could be why you need this healing with the Four of Swords here in the challenge. Maybe part of leaving, you might be really attached to your colleagues, and it could just cause you a little bit of upset and heartbreak there. And then we have the Rainbow Bridge, connections, hope, and promise. And that Four of Cups is all about that. You've got an absolute beautiful hope for a better future, and you are promising yourself it as well. All right, let's get you. Oh, beautiful. Spirit animal oracle. We have the elephant for greatness. Love is your strength, leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can only overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. So, where I was saying earlier about progression being stifled, maybe you were looking at becoming a manager, and it could be something where you're going to look at taking a management course because you're just not getting it in the job that you're in. And obviously, that's not going to make your manager particularly happy, is it, if they think that you want to go after their job? Right. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Libra. It it was a really nice one, actually. I quite liked your reading. If you did, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. If you want to hear more from me as well, and you haven't subscribed already, if you press that subscription button and press the notification bell, it will let you know when I do post new content. For those of you that have subscribed already, thank you very much for watching. It helps the channel grow and helps pass those messages on. So thank you for all of your support. And thank you for watching today. Good luck.